Good evening, children. We know we have learned about Europe. European history, entire world, uh, we have to learn about the European history. Europeans, they were the top continent, and all the countries they were developed, and they wanted to colonize the undeveloped countries, especially Asian countries and African countries. So the lesson is about establishment of the British Empire in India. This part one only, one more part is there, we can see that. So establishment of British Empire, how the Britishers captured India. In India, last lesson we have seen about Mughal emperors. That last powerful Mughal, many were there. Powerful one was Aurangzeb. He died in the year 1707 Common Era CE. After that, the rulers who came after Aurangzeb in the Mughals, they were very weak. Mughals governors they had, they were called Subedas and big zamindars and Subedas. They started to rule the small region in India after the end of the Aurangzeb. In 1600, when that Aurangzeb was there only, 1600 CE, first the British East India Company, they entered India. What is this East India Company? In East India Company means from England, they came here for the trade purpose. Trade means business purpose. They wanted to sell and they wanted to buy the products in India in the cheaper rate. So that East India Company, they entered in the year 1600 only. Then they passed one charter, one order. What is that order? An order, Queen Elizabeth was a ruler there in England. She passed that. She allowed only the sole right. Sole means only one, that right to the East India Company to trade in India. That means what? The other private trade companies, they cannot enter India or any other countries for the trade purpose. That was the charter announced, order announced by Queen Elizabeth. Seeing that, followed mercantilism. One word I am introducing, mercantilism. The word mercantilism is nothing but trade. It is an economic system for the profitable trade. The main aim is what? To invest the money. They wanted to buy the cheaper raw materials and finished product they wanted to sell it in India. That was mercantile law we say, trade law we say. So that is mercantilism, profitable trade. And when the Queen Elizabeth announced this charter, that is given permission only for the East India Company from the British, other companies in Europe, they also started. There was a tough competition in India. The other countries like France, Holland only we call it Dutch, and Portugal, these people also, they came to India. It was a competitive spirit in India. India became a market center for all these European countries. And because of this competition among the European countries in India, it pushed up the prices of the goods. So the English traders, they wanted to save them in India from the other countries of the Europe. So they asked that army people from Britain to help them in the trade. They came and they fought with the other France and Holland people, and at last this East India Company, they were only trading in India. At last they started to rule also. They wanted to fight these East India Companies, army people, they are not fight and captured that in the Indian market. And small regions were captured by the English people and that other people also, no doubt, but they started to build fort for them to live in that. The other countries, Spain, Germany also, they captured the land here in India. They also started expanding colonies in the, not only in India, other countries of Asia, African countries and all. The Mughal emperors and that Nawabs, they realized, that time only they realized how danger we were in. That is, the British East India Company entered India for the trade purpose, and they constructed fort and they started to live here. Means that situation was dangerous. They realized. Who realized? That Mughal Empress, the Sultan, and Nawabs, the Subedar, and they realized. And there was a person, soldiers and all, they trained, in daily parade was there, exercise they did, like that. So English soldiers, European soldiers, armies, they were well trained people. Then Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, they also fought with these European people, and they won. But after that Aurangzeb, the people Mughals, they were only very weak, and there was no unity at all. These European armies, when they came to India, they were well trained and they were paid more salaries than the Indian soldiers, and they used guns, cannon, and parade, drills, regular exercise, everything they practiced daily. So they became very strong and they were great people. But Indian soldiers were not paid much, and the main thing was there was no unity among the Indian rulers and the soldiers. So they started that rulers, they started to gift the land of the lands to these Mughal, that European traders in India, those who came. And for that military support, why did they gifted the land? Because Indian rulers, they wanted the military support from the Europeans. So they started to give the land as a gift for them. Like that, they lost their land. Slowly, more lands, Europeans became the owner of the lands. In 1757, English people, they defeated Siraj ud Dawla. Who was Siraj ud Dawla? He was a Nawab in Bengal. Which place they were defeated means there was a place called Plassey. So that is called Battle of Plassey in 1757. So Siraj ud Dawla was defeated by British, and that English people, they captured Bengal, established their rule in Bengal. And one more thing, this they demanded from the Nizam of Hyderabad also, who Britishers people. The place were called in the coastal Andhra, Northern Sarkar we call. North side, Northern Sarkar. What are they? Krishna, Godavari, East and West Godavari, Vijayanagaram, Visakhapatnam, Guntur, Prakasham, all these places were together we called as Northern Sarkars. So these places were demanded by the Britishers to the Nizams, and Nizams also gave these places to the Britishers. Like that, Bengal and the Northern Sarkar, they occupied. The next, Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan, they were in the Mysore. They also fought with the Britishers, and they lost their kingdom to the British. And what the British did, they appointed resident. Resident means one post, like that, one English official they appointed to look after all these captured regions. That is, they used to look after these regions. Here I am stopping that part 1, and tomorrow we continue part 2.